Good morning, UUSS. Join us in body or spirit to sing De Colores. Some new lyrics up on screen. You'll see an additional Spanish verse, so stay tuned for that.
Good job, everybody, and good morning. Whether you are here with us online or right here in this room, we are glad you're here. We are stronger in community. The mission of this congregation says we come together to deepen our lives and be a force for healing in the world. And we invite you to explore ways that we strive to live out this mission. I'm Lucy Bunch, one of the ministers of this congregation, serving alongside my co-minister, the Reverend Roger Jones. Roger is leading our service today on T-shirt spirituality. I want to thank and appreciate Carl Crane, who's providing guitar music for us this morning. We're delighted you're with us, Carl. If you're online, you can find a link to the order of service in the chat box. And if you're new to us, we would love for you to fill out a newcomer's card, either using the link in the website or out at our welcome table. That will sign you up for our weekly message, which tells you all about the things that are happening. Next Sunday is our Exploring UU class, once a month, learning more about Unitarian Universalism after the service. And we also invite you to our newcomer orientation on the second Sunday. But everyone is welcome, newcomers and oldcomers alike. We are now launching our Soul Matters groups. These are our small groups of around 8 people. They meet twice a month for 9 months. It's a great way to get connected. How many of you have been in a Soul Matters group in your time here with us? Excellent. So if your hand is not raised, or if your hand is raised, just go to our website and click on the link right there at the first thing you'll see, or go to the table on the patio afterwards and you can register either ways. We're really excited about having you join us this year. So please check out our blue sheet that you should have gotten when you came in with information about things that are coming up. So this morning is one of our circle services. You may have noticed we're sort of in a circle here, and that means that all ages are together for the whole service. Sometimes people get restless. People of all ages can get restless or tired of sitting or get a case of the wiggles. And if that happens during the service, please feel free to go out into the welcome hall. You can see the service on the screen, or you can hear it out on the patio. And then at the time when you hear that we're doing something you want to engage in, you can come back and join us. You can also borrow coloring pages or fidget activities or stuffed animal friends at the RE table out there in the welcome hall. We will be inviting children to participate in our offering collection this morning, and we will invite everyone to participate in our shared ritual. There will be a couple of times when we create silence together, and we'll let you know when that happens. As within any service, if at any time you feel distracted in where you're sitting, please feel free to move to a different location around the sanctuary. Thanks for being here. Thanks for coming together to build community. Now let us receive our music for celebration.
Gee, thank you. Thank you. And good morning. It's great to be with all of you. It's great to see a number of new faces and some familiar returning faces that we haven't seen for a while. Welcome, and welcome to those of you who are attending online. The flaming chalice is the symbol of our open faith, and our chalice lighter today is Bethany Royer. And the words are a responsive reading, and yours are in bold. On this new morning, we open our senses to the beauty of this world, and we open our hearts to the gift of a new day. As Unitarian Universalists, we honor the interdependent web of all existence.
With reverence for the great web of life, and with humility, we acknowledge our place in it.
We draw inspiration from a religious heritage of freedom, reason, hope, and courage, building on the foundation of love. We covenant to learn from one another in our free and responsible search for truth and meaning.
We embrace our differences and commonalities with love, curiosity, and respect.
We covenant to dismantle racism and all forms of systemic oppression. We work to be diverse, multicultural, beloved communities where all can thrive.
We declare that every person is inherently worthy and has the right to flourish with dignity, love, and compassion.
Now, as we prepare to kindle the chalice, the symbol of our open faith, let us speak together the words of the mission of this congregation. We come together to deepen our lives and be a force for healing in the world.
Now we light our candle of compassion and resistance. In times of disruption and anxiety, when cruelty is on display in our country, this flame is a reminder to bear witness to human decency, dignity, and freedom. By this light, we remember that fear is outworked by hope, and that hatred is no match for the power of love. In the days to come, may this flame light our way forward with courage and with hope. Blessed be, and amen. We come together every Sunday, each of us bringing the joys and the sorrows that are on our hearts this morning. I want to share with you that Nancy Gilbert is recovering from abdominal surgery and should be home soon, which is great news for Bob Oyafuso and those in her circle of care. I also want to let you know that our member Mary Schneider died a couple of weeks ago. Many of you will remember Mary. She ran our bridge group. She was active in Soul Matters. A memorial service will be announced as soon as I have a chance to connect with the family. And I want to particularly thank Terrie Nichols, who visited Mary for several years while Mary was in declining health as one of the pastoral visitors of our congregation. So let's just take a moment to be present with those joys and sorrows and all the ones that are on our heart this morning. May our love and care find their way into this world and make a difference. So I've been thinking about our candle of compassion and resistance. Many of you have shared with me and with Reverend Roger how powerful the moment is in the congregation when we light that candle and we name what's going on in our world and the power of love in that regard. So I wanted to add a couple of embodied pieces to that candle this morning. And the first one is just going to be a vocalization. So this is the candle that acknowledges times of disruption and anxiety when cruelty is on display and recognizes that the power of love conquers hate and injustice in our world. So let's just all make a sound, maybe a sound of release, maybe a sound of care. Let's make a sound together of an expression of our feelings about what's going on in the world right now and our place in all that. So we're just going to do it together with my gesture. Here we go. Let's do a couple more because they're so good. Here we go. And one more. And now we're going to bring our bodies into this practice. We've done this embodied prayer before, but I invite you to infuse it with some energy of engagement in our world. So watch me do this. Watch me do this one time, and then we'll do it 3 times together. So we start in a prayer pose, just centering ourselves. And then we bring our hands out in front of us, sort of collecting who we are, collecting our gifts into our body and our hands. And then we reach out and we offer those gifts out into the world. And then we reach up, however our body allows us, to draw into that greater interdependent web, that greater love that's available to all of us. And we bring that back down into our hearts. If you want to think of somebody or somewhere or something that you want to offer love to right now, please do so as we share this gesture together 3 times in silence. Now let's take a moment of silence to just be present with what's in our heart in this moment. Let's take one more deep breath together and let it out with a sigh. Blessed be.
As you can read on the order of service, and as Reverend Lucy told you, this is our annual T-shirt spirituality service. In email and website postings, I invited you to wear a T-shirt today that reflects your philosophy, theology, faith, or spiritual outlook. On the other hand, it could be a shirt that bears witness to an organization, cause, or ethical value to which you are committed. Threads of spiritual wisdom or humor or hobbies are also welcome. However, if you didn't wear a T-shirt today, it's okay. Some of you don't even own a T-shirt. And you are welcome today, too. To be sure, most people are not drawn to UUSS to see what other people are wearing at church. We are drawn here by our mission and by our Unitarian Universalist values, which are listed on the back of the order of service for your convenience. But there are T-shirts which display our UU values. There are T-shirts, tote bags, note cards, and jewelry. As we go about our lives, nearly every T-shirt we might encounter that has an image or a message on the front or the back has a story behind it. That story may relate to where or how a person obtained the shirt, or what it reminds them of, or why they choose to wear it. On the centerpiece altar here are a number of shirts that are special to Terrie Taylor, Jim Chiquitas, and me, and we thank Terrie Taylor for creating this altar today. Thank you to those who offered to tell a story about your T-shirt this morning. And later in the service, we will invite everyone who's here in person to come up and show your T-shirt. But first, we will hear some T-shirt reflections from a few people in our community. We'll hear from Evan and Archer, and then Sue Ann, and then Jim.
All right. Hey, everybody. I'm Evan. Been here a couple years now. Well, today I chose my Dungeons & Dragons Ranger T-shirt. You went camping with me over at the all ages camping group. I probably talked your ear off about how much I really like D&D. On my shirt, there's some bows and arrows and a large D20-sided dice. The shirt also says, my pet is way better than yours, which for me is kind of funny because I don't have a pet. But in the game, I happened to ring up a Mustang, which felt kind of Western-y for me, so I thought that was pretty cool. Named it Appany. Sounds like a pony. For me, this shirt represents my excitement for D&D, which has become just a big joy for my life. As a kid, I was really into movies like Lord of the Rings and watching Indiana Jones do his thing, Jurassic Park. And from those, I eventually just started, like the COVID hit, and I found out about Dungeons & Dragons. Like, whoa, there's something that actually does this? I know a lot of people can find D&D to be kind of scary, a lot of math, a lot of reading, all this scary hype from the past and whatnot, but it's really about cooperative storytelling. It's a really fun experience. Building the world together, navigating challenges and moral dilemmas, just kind of like how we all do in life. Yeah, for me, this shirt, for me, the bows and arrows and all of it together kind of gives me a chance to be all those heroes I always got to, like, watch do their thing. When I first started playing, I chose the Ranger class. I enjoyed playing a sneaky character who valued important items and knew a lot about the wilderness. And then by the end of the campaign, like Indiana Jones, I got the treasure and the girl, which was awesome. My girlfriend, Bethany, she got to play our group's druid, which was pretty cool. Playing the game helped me also learn some things about my own identity, kind of like a Myers-Briggs test. I applied some of like the different combinations and rules to it, and ended up finding myself to be a half-elf bard, which kind of worked out because I like entertaining, I like, traveling. So I figured the two things could go together as a personality and a character piece. I've been playing with the group for a few years, and when we come together, there's a lot of joy and laughter, and whether we had shy players or bold players in our game, everybody's voice and imagination meant a lot. So kind of getting to feed off of everybody's efforts built into group success. It's a very powerful experience going through that, working together to overcome obstacles and celebrating shared victories. But the real win was in the community we got to build along the way, and of course, the treasure. This shirt then reminds me of finding a group with common interests is both a wonderful experience, but also it can be like these moments in between a game where there's laughter and shared stories that build a closeness that is really hard to find and hold on to nowadays. So to all of you, I say aim for your Nat 20 and enjoy your adventures.
My name is Archer, and I am 9 years old. I'm wearing a tie-dye shirt that I decorated myself. It is a repurposed undershirt that I already had that was plain. One pair of shorts that I like to wear. I like to express myself and my creative spirit with what I wear. Tie-dye t-shirts are works of art, and when I wear them, I feel like I'm wearing art. Most of the time, I wear shirts from the thrift store, which also is better for the earth because they don't need to be made from scratch. This is important to me. I want to do things that are good for the earth and people, and even cute wild animals. My tie-dye shirts are creative and artistic and earth-friendly, so this is why I like them. Thank you.
This is the shirt that made a profound influence on my life, and I'll tell you why. I had finished a year of breast cancer treatment, chemo and radiation, but I was disillusioned with the support groups that were around that were kind of dismal and depressing. I noticed there was a flyer for a rally at the Capitol, and I looked at it, but I thought, oh no, not another thing, don't want to identify with your disease. But I learned of a woman who was a parent in my daughter's 5th grade class whose husband had been killed in the Sacramento opening of the library in '93, if you remember that. At the 1-year anniversary of her losing her husband, she was diagnosed with breast cancer. So I was motivated to reach out to her and invite her to go to the rally with me that I would never have otherwise gone to. We were at the Capitol, and there were many tables promoting cancer resources, wigs, support groups, and I was just getting to know her, but we were amused looking at the people roaming around, men in suits going in and out of the Capitol, and there were whole tables full of prosthetics, all shapes and sizes of boobs you can imagine and textures. So at least we had a little fun. Then I spotted this shirt, and it was kind of comic relief to go to something that wasn't so funny. And I discovered that the Breast Cancer Fund was taking a team of people, breast cancer survivors, to climb the highest mountain in the Western Hemisphere, Mount Aconcagua in Argentina. And I told them, oh, I climbed Kilimanjaro when I was in the Peace Corps, but that was in '72. And I've just finished a year of chemo and radiation, so I thought those were my qualifications. I assumed everyone I knew who had had cancer would want to apply for this, but I didn't find anybody. I did apply and eventually got on the team just in time before a practice climb of Mount Rainier in Seattle, where I met the most perfect support group you could imagine. There were 16 women, determined women, bonded. We gave talks, worked out, raised money, had fun, shared stories, and were determined to outlive the cancer curse. Climbing gear and necessary equipment and high-tech clothing started arriving in the mail, and my 2 children, who were small at the time, stopped asking me when I was going to die and when I'd start working out for the climb. The book, No Mountain Too High, tells the story of the whole adventure, and the PBS did a documentary in the New Explorers. We recently celebrated 30 years since the climb, and 12 of the 17 are still alive. We raised $2.3 million for the Breast Cancer Fund, and it changed my life.
Thank you, Roger. Good morning to all you UU folks. I especially like today's subject because I tend to be a t-shirt collector. I have around 100 t-shirts from groups that provide t-shirts in appreciation of our volunteering. This includes Habitat for Humanity, Sacramento Running Association, American River Parkway Foundation, Sacramento Event Crew, and the blood bank Vitalant. My extra special t-shirt is the bicycle one I'm wearing right now, which my partner, Jan Fleming, gave me. What makes this t-shirt extra special is that she got it a few years ago when she went on a Unitarian Universalist pilgrimage to Poland, where the one and only Roger Jones was one of the leaders in it. Jan purchased the shirt in Krakow, Poland. She said she was surprised to see how many people were riding bicycles in the country. The t-shirt reminded her of my bicycle riding. I ride my bicycles, I have 9 bicycles. I ride them about 5,000 miles per year. Much, much, much more than I drive my car. Jan didn't know that at that time that the Unitarian Church initially started in Poland about 500 years ago. She has shared many stories about her trip with me. And what has helped even more to make that t-shirt, this t-shirt here, extra special, was I wore it when Jan recently celebrated her 80th birthday with family and friends. It was just the right shirt for that special event. In the meantime, Reverend Roger requested that I select 3 shirts to display for this event. I chose 3 that relate to this particular church. First, I selected a t-shirt from UU's current financial partner, Loaves and Fishes. Both Jan and I have volunteered at Loaves and Fishes for over 20 years now. The second t-shirt is from the California International Marathon, Marathon. That's where it happens in December when UU members are trying to get to church and cross the Fair Oaks Boulevard, which is closed. In the meantime, Jan and I are working at the start line at 2 a.m. because the street where we are, it closes at 2:30. The third t-shirt is a Run the Parkway t-shirt. The American River Parkway is a fairly unique area in the USA. It borders on the American River and gives bicyclists and walkers the chance to travel about 23 miles uninterrupted by those noisy, polluting cars. And UU has a volunteer group that helps do maintenance on the parkway, so we match up nicely. Hey, that's it. A special thanks to the creative and caring Reverend Roger for having me represent the senior group of UU in sharing my stories. Best wishes. Thank you.
We'll sing a few times together, and then we'll break into round with each segment of the congregation being one section of the round. Building bridges between our divisions. Building bridges between our divisions. I reach out to you, will you reach out to me? I reach out to you, will you reach out to me? With all of our voices and all of our visions. With all of our voices and all of our visions. Friends, we could make such sweet harmony. Friends, we could make such sweet Back to the top. And building bridges between our divisions. I reach out to you, will you reach out to me? With all of our voices and all of our visions. Friends, we could make such sweet harmony. Building bridges between our divisions. I reach out to you, will you reach out to me? With all of our voices and all of our visions. Friends, we could make such sweet harmony. Building bridges between our divisions. Building bridges between our divisions. Make such sweet harmony. Friends, we could 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 make such sweet harmony.
I'll defer to him.
Generosity, it is a spiritual practice. And this congregation has a practice of giving away half of every Sunday's offering to an organization that is working to make a difference in the world. And if there are any kids that want to help collect the offering, please join the ushers at the back of the sanctuary. Our community partner for the month of August is Loaves and Fishes, the area's largest service provider for unhoused people. For over 4 decades, Loaves and Fishes has offered hot meals, survival supplies, and essential services to nearly 1,000 adults and children every day. On the 4th Monday of each month, volunteers from here at UUSS assist with meal preparation and service at Loaves and Fishes. If you're interested, please go to the connections table or visit the website. Today, we're happy to have Angela Hassel, the Executive Director of Loaves and Fishes. Angela will be talking about the organization's work today at noon over in the FAWS classroom. Angela, would you rise so we can acknowledge you? Thank you, Angela. And thank you all for your generosity to UUSS and to our community partner. This morning's offering will now be given and received. As the greeters bring forward the offering, please join me in saying the unison words. May generosity bless our world, and may gratitude nourish our spirits.
As we heard from Archer, t-shirts can be personal creations, works of art. As we also heard, they can commemorate special occasions and celebrate milestones or just bring joy. Joy to us and joy to those who identify with what we're wearing on our shirts. This t-shirt says, breathe in, breathe out, repeat. It says it multiple times. This is good advice. Of course, it's easy to follow since we breathe all the time. Yet it can be useful to bring our attention to our breathing in and our breathing out. It is a primary practice of meditation. A mindful breath can bring us back to the present moment, bring us back to our bodies. This can settle our bodies and maybe even settle our minds a little. Doing a practice like this can be crucial in anxious times, in times of trouble, in times like these. At least it's been helpful for me. Breathe in, breathe out, repeat. I'll set this shirt aside, but only for a little while, as I might need this reminder again. Thank you. This t-shirt celebrates Indiana University. I spent 6 years there as a student at its main campus in Bloomington in the early 1980s, college plus 2 years of business school. Being a student there opened up my world in so many ways. It nourished my mind and freed my spirit. I met so many different people there, and I remain good friends with a number of them. For these reasons, I've been a loyal IU graduate for the past 40 years. When I go back home, I wander its wooded campus, and I look again at the limestone buildings, a new one every year, it seems. I am a life member of the IU Alumni Association and a donor to the English department every year. But this year, I've had my heart broken. Several months ago, the state legislature voted to give the Indiana governor complete control over IU's Board of Trustees. No longer do alumni have a chance to elect any alumni trustees. Shortly after the governor's takeover, the board voted to close numerous academic programs at IU, including several arts and humanities programs, which are ranked highly in this country. They voted to cut funds for instruction in a number of special foreign languages. I had never heard of some of these languages from around the globe until I went to college there. But while in college, I learned that those language programs and related institutes had been started after the Second World War with federal funds, and the intention for those programs was to prepare future scholars and civil servants for the long-term goals of national defense and international diplomacy for this country. As you know, recently, national headlines have portrayed the current federal government's fight with high-profile schools like Harvard and Columbia. But in my home state, it seems that the takeover of higher education is rushing ahead. The attack on universities in many places is part of the Heritage Foundation's published strategy to take over and weaken American institutions. The playbook for this is called Project 2025. Though I can feel helpless, I am not giving up. I signed a letter to an Indianapolis newspaper with several college classmates to protest these changes. We asserted how important that university has been to our success in life. A few weeks ago, I sent my annual check to the English department. My donation won't turn things around, but perhaps doing this can be a gesture of encouragement to some of the teachers and staff and students who are there. Maybe it will help them to know that people care. I hope so. I'll take you, Holt. This is a t-shirt with a picture of the blue Smith Corona typewriter on which the late Kurt Vonnegut wrote short stories, novels, essays, and reviews. I bought it at the gift shop of the Kurt Vonnegut Memorial Library and Museum, which is printed right here. The museum is located in downtown Indianapolis, the city where that famous author grew up. In addition to housing his archives and having displays about Vonnegut's work and his life, the museum publishes literary journals, and it holds writing workshops for school children and youth in that urban area. It promotes freedom of expression and the freedom to read, especially by raising awareness of campaigns to ban books. Every summer when I go back home, I go on a pilgrimage to the Vonnegut Museum. This year, unfortunately, I learned through a letter that the museum and library lost a major piece of funding when funds were cut from the National Endowment for the Arts. And this was another source of heartbreak. Yet I can bear witness to the fact that the museum remains open and it remains engaging. While visiting last month, I watched a video of Vonnegut's commencement address to the graduating class of 1978 at a college in New York State. Kurt was encouraging, charming, amusing, and loving to those graduates. I spoke with the young employees in the museum who staffed the membership and gift shop and a little cafe. They were happy to talk about Kurt. They were not beaten down, they were upbeat. I am sure that the federal cuts will hurt some of the museum's programs, but its supporters in the local community are loyal, generous, and fierce. And from all over this country, many writers, performers, readers, and banned book defenders will make sure that this museum survives. For me, this t-shirt has now become a reminder of the importance of preserving our heritage, which involves remaining aware and staying connected with people and institutions that make us proud and give us hope. Does anybody have a yellow Side with Love t-shirt on? Has anybody seen one? Okay, well, I can't find two of mine. I have two, so I won't take off another shirt. But I will say that t-shirts can be tools of awareness and ingredients for building bridges. The yellow shirt that says Side with Love is one of the designs for the Side with Love campaign, which is the social justice organizing arm of our denomination, the Unitarian Universalist Association. For nearly 2 decades, when groups of UUs have attended rallies or demonstrations for human dignity and equal rights, we have worn shirts like that. These yellow shirts show that we are there to promote our ethical and spiritual values. On the steps of the California State House, for example, UU clergy and laypersons wore Side with Love shirts to rally for marriage equality for same-sex couples. In the nation's capital and around the country, UUs have protested for reproductive justice and rallied against economic policies that hurt poor people, and rallied alongside members of the Black Lives Matter movement. In 2008, our UU General Assembly took place in Phoenix, and the UUA made the decision to turn that gathering into a justice assembly with a focus on the dignity and safety of immigrants. On one hot June evening, several hundred of us loaded into school buses and rode out into the Arizona desert for a rally and vigil. We got out of the buses a few hundred yards from the Maricopa County Sheriff's notorious tent city. In a sprawling sea of tent jails, the county sheriff was jailing men of color who were undocumented immigrants. No air conditioning or fans in the tents. It was 105 degrees in the open air at 9 o'clock at night. We sang songs and chanted loudly to let the immigrants know that they were not forgotten. And by the speeches of our religious leaders and local organizers, we wanted to tell the larger community in Phoenix that the county sheriff's human rights abuses were unjust and morally wrong. I should mention that we did not organize this demonstration on our own. We didn't just swoop in from everywhere and hold a rally. The local UU congregations and clergy were in committed relationships with activist organizations in the Phoenix community. Leaders of those local groups made it possible for us to show up. As our yellow t-shirts testified, we went out there to side with love. Local newspapers and TV news reporters had been invited to observe our demonstration, and they were there. We provided quite the photo opportunity in our t-shirts. After the speeches, one of the local organizers asked the news reporters if they wanted to have an interview with the Reverend Peter Morales, who was then the president of the Unitarian Universalist Association. Huh? The who of the what? Apparently, our denomination's long name was not captivating to the media, and the reporters didn't understand the significance of that invitation. So the event's organizer reframed the question. Would you like to talk to the president of the people in the yellow shirts? Oh, yes, they would. And they did. They interviewed him, and he was prepared. The next morning, our demonstration received wide coverage in the print and broadcast media. For me, the yellow t-shirt is more than a piece of colored cloth with words on it. It is a tangible reminder of the importance of building bridges. In the midst of these troubling times, pursuing solidarity with others can help us find hope. Finding common ground and showing up together can help us create hope. However you display our shared spiritual and ethical values, please remember that you can make a difference. And remember that you are not alone. When you reach out for community, when we all seek to build bridges, we can make a difference. We are not alone. For this, let us be grateful. For this, let us create hope. So may it be. Blessed be, and amen. Now it's time for our t-shirt processional. I will ask you to line up on the outsides, coming up here, outsides, and then coming to the center. Reverend Lucy and Celia Buckley will hold the microphones, and we will invite one person at a time to model your shirt, and Lucy or Celia will read what your shirt says or describe the picture on it, and if you need to talk to them beforehand and tell them what it is, feel free. And if there's something on the back too, be sure to point that out. If you're participating on Zoom, feel free to grab a t-shirt and put it on or hold it up to your camera so that other Zoom participants can see it, or just type the message of your shirt in the chat and we will see it later. Let's begin.
Joe?
Is this working? Yeah, Joe, could you turn on Celia's microphone? Thank you. Women's March of Sacramento. Yay. 2017.
Cisgender Ally, Trans March, San Francisco.
Lighting McQueen, 95. Yeah.
Minor Threat. And it's meat with a black sheep. I mean, it's sheep with a black sheep. White sheep with a black sheep. Sorry.
More loving, less judging. Oh, Expedition Inspiration. What's the name of the mountain? Aconcagua Expedition. Thank you.
We are all immigrants.
Language is a bridge. Social consciousness is the path.
A trike that allows Jerry to do Mercy Peddlers at 92 years old.
Make it happen.
Kids Freedom Club fundraiser. Run for freedom.
Zion National Park, 1919 to forever.
Play with fairies, ride a unicorn, swim with mermaids, and fly to the moon.
Carrizo Plain National Monument.
No one is illegal on stolen land.
Coexist.
Turn the face in. Happiness is the coolest. Thank you, Edra.
Thrasher. Live to skate, skate to or die.
Love radically, serve gratefully, wonder daily.
Turn this way. Metallica.
Blue waves.
Carlsbad Caverns and the Brazilian free-tailed bat.
Amgen Tour of California bicycle race.
Racism and misogyny are injustice to us all.
Van Gogh's. Face them. Van Gogh. Sunflowers, Third Vision.
Literary and justice for all. Literacy and justice for all.
Resist, persist.
Hope changes everything.
Orangevale, Fair Oaks, big day of service.
That's good. Good planets are hard to find.
What is it? Bears, we rise by lifting others.
Be kind.
Empathy is my superpower.
It's a beautiful turtle with beautiful patterns, and you'll have to check it out afterwards. Thank you.
Humankind, be both.
I see. Homeland Security, fighting terrorism since 1492.
Make lying wrong again. Make America think again. Make humans matter again. Make people care again. Take
Some grandmothers knit, super cool grandmas play accordion.
Unitarian Universalist Society of Sacramento, a liberal religious community in California's capital city for 140 years plus.
Yeah. Daeon Kyung. Qigong, a relaxing path towards health and wellness.
Face them. Be the change.
Nashville Birdist. Smithville Birdist. Smithville, Texas. Birdfest. Oh, thank you, Morgan.
Built by immigrants, you can't deport history.
Create kindness with a beautiful pig on it. Eat kind. Oh, excellent. Thank you.
Peace, love, music. Life is good.
Tiger's Nest, in Bhutan. Tiger's Nest Monastery in Bhutan.
Okay.
Whoa.
Kindness, peace, equality, love, inclusion, hope, diversity.
Yeah. Friends of Trees.
Kindness, peace, equality, love, inclusion, hope, diversity.
Wake Up Call, celebrate Anita Hill from 1991.
Healers gotta heal.
Libraries for everyone.
Okay. Let it shine, let the power of people shine with Bobby Mayer. And who else? Bobby Seale.
A bunch of numbers. And a droopy clock with Salvador Dali.
Face it, there you
Keep
go.
it weird.
Girls just want to have fundamental rights.
If you're arguing against empathy, no matter what the context, you are on the wrong side.
Kindness is free.
For what good does it do for a man to gain the whole world and yet forfeit his soul? Wow.
Fair dinkum.
What a colorful world.
2016 National Park Service Centennial.
An Indonesian shirt that represents learning through travel.
Be real, not perfect.
Obama Biden. And mine says Indigo Girls because they are my spirit guides.
And mine is Unitarian Universalist Society of Sacramento with Patty Taylor's beautiful logo on it.
This is the blessing. Let the t-shirts around us know that we have some important things to show to the world. Words of commitment and belonging, images of creativity and beauty, messages of love and care, and gifts of wisdom and humor. May they be invitations to connection and conversation. However you may choose to demonstrate your values, may you find wonder, beauty, inspiration, and belonging as you share yourself in the world. Amen, and blessed be.
Plenty of inspiration to work with there. Let's see where it takes us. Life calls us on. Here in reverence now we gather for the blessings we have known, with a pledge to one another that we journey not alone. And in sorrow make us one. kin to all that lives and dies. Love calls us on. Love calls us on. Words and deeds of those before us, waken here to keep us strong. Lend our voices in the chorus of creation's living song. Courage bids us lift our eyes onward to the shining skies. Hope calls us on. Hope calls us on. Loyal guides in love and duty, lead us with a trusted light. Blessed are they whose inward beauty shows the path of truth and right. Honor is their earthly prize. By our work we realize faith calls us on. Faith calls us on. We have shared a radiant hour when the truth has made us free, and the Spirit's gracious power dreams of good that yet shall be. Bright the path before us lies. Joyful pilgrims now we rise. Life calls us on. 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 Life calls us on.
Please join me in speaking together these words as we extinguish the chalice. We extinguish this flame, but we carry the light, love, and commitment of this gathering into the days to come.
I invite you to reach out to us, reach out to one another. I invite you to stay for conversation and refreshments and to compare t-shirts or explore t-shirts of others if you don't have one on. Please repeat the benediction phrase by phrase after me. May faith in the spirit of life.
May faith in the spirit of life,
Hope for the community of earth.
hope for the community of earth,
And love of the sacred in ourselves and one another.
and love of the sacred in ourselves and one another,
Be ours now and in all the days to come.
be ours now and in all the days to come.
Blessed be.